Ayo! We are back, that's right guys, with the first video of 2021. And as most of you probably know, with 2020 finally coming to an end, I decided to take a break to step away from the YouTube grind and give myself a bit of time to chill, bankrupt a few hedge funds, and think up some new ideas for this channel and where I want to take it in 2021. But anyway, I know most of you are probably thinking, another 10 skaters you will meet video. Hasn't this guy like made 4 of those already? Like, how many skaters can he really think up? He's gotta be running out of ideas. Well, you know what? It's been almost a year since I made the last 10 skaters you will meet video, and if you think I'm out of ideas for different skaters, I almost was. And then I went to check the comments of those 10 skaters you will meet videos that I made before, and now I got ideas for at least like 5 more years. So honestly, I just might make these videos a tradition on my channel so that every year you guys know the 10 skaters that you'll most likely meet that year, you know? Just so you guys know what to look out for. And anyway, this intro's been way too long. You probably already skipped through it, so let's just get right into the video without taking up any more time. Up first, we got number 1, the skater Daifan. Now, the skater Daifan is honestly just the ultimate skater. Not only do they typically progress really fast because they know all the things that you should avoid, so just some of the bad habits you can form or some of the false myths about skateboarding, but they also know about some of the best life hacks in skateboarding, ways to avoid injuries, how to maintain your skateboards, possibly most importantly, how to get a skater BF or GF, and not to mention, they are educated on their skateboarding history and know the stories of the best skaters that the world knows today. Overall, the skater Daifan is a pretty chill dude. I mean, if anyone would know, it would be me. I've met a handful of you guys at skate parks, and I've never had a bad experience. You guys have always been really nice, tell me you like my videos, and then we just keep skating and having a fun session as if we just, you know, are homies or something. And if you ever see me at a skate park or out in public, please don't be scared to come up and say hi. I would much rather exchange an awkward handshake than have someone staring at me the whole time I skate. Because you might think I don't see you, but trust me bro, I see you. So please just come say hi to me. I'm literally just a regular dude. Number 2, the down bad skater. Alright, now let's be real. 2020 has been a bad year for dating, resulting in many guys being down bad. Now sure, you can be down bad and you can also be a skater. Those are two totally different things. The down bad skater just always seems to have the worst luck in skateboarding. Now it's definitely not an uncommon thing to get hurt because of skateboarding. It happens to beginners, it happens to pros, it happens to everybody. But the down bad skater always just seems to get hurt in the most unexpected ways. Like, they could be just skating, doing their thing, and then all of a sudden, bam, they fall into a hole in the ground. Like, how do you even predict that? And you know, there are a lot of people that get hurt because they practically are asking for it. But the down bad skater just cannot catch a break. They're just down bad on their luck. And sometimes you just gotta take a step back and think, like, why does this have to happen to me? You know, I guess life just sometimes isn't fair. Number 3, the broke skater. This is the guy that will skate the same skateboard until he literally can't no more. It might have razor tail sharp enough to be a flight risk, have pressure cracks and chips on every visible surface, rusted out bearings, trucks with no bushings, and Griptape that is more equivalent to the wrinkly skin on a 90-year-old man's ballsack. But despite all this, they still manage to skate better than you. Maybe it's because they've been skating the same board for so long that their board has started to become a part of them, or they have started to become a part of their board. So now they're just so used to skating it that all those things that you typically see as drawbacks actually just factor into their style of skateboarding. If you happen to see a broke skater, make sure to try to help them out. Maybe give them your old deck or maybe a new set of bushings, because they probably have to pay for skateboarding on their own and they don't get any help from anybody else. So a little does go a long way. Also, for all you broke skaters out there, or skaters on a budget, trying to find used stuff is a really good alternative to buying brand new, as most of you probably know. You can check Craigslist OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace every now and then, and in between all the junk, you will actually find good deals on skateboarding stuff sometimes. Just make sure to bring a friend or a parent with you when you pick it up, because I don't want to see any of you getting kidnapped, alright? Number 4, the gamer skater. The gamer skater most likely began skateboarding because of a video game. Maybe it was from Tony Hawk Pro Skater, or maybe it was from Skate 3, but there's definitely no denying that video games can play a big role in inspiring people to try new things, and skateboarding is no exception. This is also the same kid that got locked in a house during COVID with a broken board, so their only option was to perfect their Skater XL skills and watch their favorite YouTubers and streamers. But now with everything opening back up again, transitioning to regular life is difficult for them. They scream poggers whenever they land something, and they shriek uncontrollably when they can't land a trick. They talk about the GTX 3080 as if it's an elusive drug of the elite, and most importantly, they practically jerk off to the thought of Skate 4 releasing. But let's keep it real, most of us are there with them too. Number 5, the teacher. The teacher is possibly one of the friendliest skaters you could ever meet. They're the first ones to help a new beginner and give them some pointers when they see him doing something wrong. And this small act of kindness can really go a long way when it comes to improving a beginner's confidence at a skate park. I'm sure all of you remember how nervous you were the first time you stepped foot into a skate park, and everyone was literally better than you. You probably weren't sure if someone would make fun of you or if someone would call you a poser. And sometimes all that somebody needs to feel comfortable being in a skate park where everyone's better than them is a friend or even just somebody that they know. So thank you to all teachers out there. You are probably the sole reason that skateboarding is growing as much as it is. Number 6, the Undiscovered Pro. This is the guy at the skate park that's insanely good. Like, so good someone should sponsor them. It seems like they know every trick in the book, and not only that, but they have amazing style, and their consistency to land tricks should really have them competing at SLS. Like, they could probably give Nigel a good run for his money. But despite this, outside of their local, they are mostly unknown. They only have a few hundred followers on their Instagram, or they don't even post themselves skateboarding at all. And it's either because they simply don't care about that stuff, or they're just very unlucky with the algorithm on Instagram or YouTube, or wherever they post their content. But every now and then, an Undiscovered Pro becomes discovered. It could start with something like a Barracks repost, or just a YouTube algorithm gods being in their favor. But typically, as soon as it starts, there's no slowing them down. Next thing you know, they have their own skateboard parts coming out left and right, they have tons of sponsors, and they have their own skate park deck with their name on it. But until then, they're just some guy eating tacos on a Tuesday and absolutely killing it at the skate park. Number 7, the shy skater. The shy skater can be seen at almost every skate park, but they typically don't know a lot of people, even at their local, because they just like keeping to themselves. They like riding around with their earphones in, listening to music, and hoping nobody's watching them. This type of skater prefers to have the skate park entirely to themselves. They typically go only during non-peak hours of the skate park in hopes that no one will notice their existence. And you know what? As the kids say, I low-key vibe with this. For me, my favorite time to go skateboarding is actually early in the mornings when the skate park is empty. I like having the entire park to myself, mostly because I feel like I can do anything I want, and I'm not going to interrupt anybody else's session or get in anyone's way. But I also feel that skating in an empty skate park right as the sun is rising is one of the most relaxing things that you can do. At least during summer when it's not freezing cold outside. And it's definitely one of my favorite ways to start off the day. Or end them if you have a sleep schedule like mine. So if any of you can handle getting up at 6 in the morning or having a non-existent sleep schedule, I recommend you try it. Number 8, the guy that knows everyone. Just the name of this implies that this guy knows everyone. But it's not the way that you think. It doesn't mean that they somehow know everybody at their local skate park, but instead, they somehow manage to meet every single legendary skater that has graced the earth. If they hear you talking about some skater, they'll make sure to interrupt you and let you know that they know them. A good example is you're talking about SLS, Nija, you know how he's killing it, and this guy just comes up and says, oh yeah, Nija? Yeah bro, I've met him. Pretty chill guy. You know what? I don't know what's up with the short shorts though. I think they're getting shorter every year. And then they'll just segue to a different skater like, oh yeah, also, Jamie Foy, dude, that's my homie. Just last week we were hanging out and we threw cater into a recycling bin. And then after that, I smoked some kush of Tony Hawk and shared an 8-ball of Steve-O. And you'll be like, wait, hasn't Steve-O been sober for like 10 years? Yeah, but he cuts an exception when he's with me. And this goes on, and you really gotta give it to them. They're pretty good at making stories. Maybe they should write a book about it or something. Number 9, the filmer. The filmer is a unique type of skater, yet also possibly the most valuable to the entire skateboarding community. They're most easily identified by their cruiser wheels and camera of choice, be it something old school like a VX1000 with a fisheye lens, or something as new as an iPhone. They always come in clutch when you need somebody to film, and they have a massive amount of skateboarding footage always flooding their computer. They typically aren't as technically good as some of the other skaters, but they sure can film better than anybody else. So they are absolutely essential, not just to a local group of park rats, but also to skateboarding as a whole. I mean, if it wasn't for the filmers, street skateboarding would have most likely never even had close to the impact that it did during the 90s. And thanks to skateboarding filmers, we can look back through all the history of skateboarding today and see some of the most iconic moments and biggest milestones that skateboarding has ever achieved. 10. The always a beginner skater. This is a skater that's been skating for years but still only knows the most basic tricks. Where some skaters like to progress and learn new things fast, this skater is completely content with taking their time and learning slowly. Or they just suck and are too clumsy to progress as fast as everybody else, just like me. At the end of the day, everybody has their own reason that they like skateboarding. So just do what you actually enjoy and don't worry about what other people say about you. But ultimately, if you do want to progress in skateboarding and actually get good, the main thing you need to do is stay consistent and skate as much as you can. And I'll admit that consistency is the main reason that I haven't gotten as good as I'd like to throughout the past 2 years. But I'm looking to change that this year for myself. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon.